Chapter 103. Li Haoran's death. Li Haoran was already defenseless, and Gu Hai searched round Li Haoran with his probing hand. Soon, a golden token was searched. It's not the divine opportunity order. It's his bracelet. The dragon-inducing jade is within that storage bracelet. Long Wanqing called out from outside the protective boundary. Oh, Gu Hai looked down and saw Li Haoran's withered bone right arm. And sure enough, there was a bracelet attached to the right arm. Kicking away the withered bone, Gu Hai picked up the bracelet. It was about to check it out. Shoo! Steeply a figure appeared out of thin air. Unseng Man, Master Quicksilver covered his wounds and looked at the arrival of the unliving man in surprise. Quicksilver, why did you make such a mess? It's not like you. Huh. The unliving man said indifferently. Master Liu Nian burst into a bitter smile and said, "This is the chess game of the old man who watches chess. I'm not a chess player. How can I struggle?" The unliving shook his head and turned his head to look at Li Haoran, who was not far away. On the side, Long Wanqing's complexion changed for a while. Looking at this black-robed and white-robed unliving man, he was silent for a while, and finally opened his mouth and said, "Elder unliving man, I don't know what you have gained from your trip to the netherworld this time." Unliving person. Gu Hai frowned slightly as he looked at the unliving man. It was because Gu Hai felt that this unliving person had entered this chess game and was actually not a chess piece, not a white piece, not a black piece, and not a transparent piece. How did he enter? Whew. However, he saw the unliving man probe his hand and wave it. Buzz! A gale steeply rose beside him, and in the center of the gale, a light green figure slowly coalesced. That light green figure slowly became clearer. However, it was a woman wearing a muslin-like appearance, and in the midst of all the confusion, her eyes slowly gained a godly look. "Auntie Green, is that you, Auntie Green?" Long Wanqing suddenly shouted in surprise. "This is a ghost, an earth spirit that's going to be reincarnated. Where did you find it?" Master Liu Nian was surprised. "Ghost, this is Auntie Green's ghost. Auntie Green, do you remember me?" I'm Wanqing. Long Wanqing called out at once. The ghost looked at Long Wanqing and suddenly revealed a hint of joy. "Missy, you've grown so big, oh. Auntie Green, once you guys left then, it was 6 years. By the time I heard from you guys, you had already. I'm all of 30 years old now," Long Wanqing said with a bitter smile. 20 years. Oh, it's really a nightmare. I thought that I wouldn't be able to help the Hall Master take revenge in this life. But I never thought that before I reincarnate, I would still have a chance. The Hall Master's death was really tragic. Ooh. The ghost cried and rose. All around, countless cultivators looked at the unseen person in front of them in surprise. Ghosts. How did the unliving find them? "Auntie Green, who is it? Who killed my mother? Tell me, Long Wanqing said eagerly. Who is it? Oh, who would have thought that the person who killed the Hall Master is him? Li Haoran, who was so attentive to the Hall Master. He's the one who killed the Hall Master." The ghost suddenly pointed at Li Haoran's hatred and said, "What?" Long Wanqing's face changed. On the side, Gu Hai didn't say anything and watched quietly. Impossible. How could it be him? Master Liu Nian was also surprised. "Liu Nian, why did you become a monk?" The ghost looked towards Master Liu Nian. Master Liu Nian shook his head and didn't explain. "Is it because of the Hall Master?" "Oh, I should have thought of that. Mr. was so infatuated with the Hall Master. When the Hall Master died, did Mr. die with his heart? However, it's true. I was the Hall Master's maid. At that time, the one who accompanied the Hall Master was Li Haoran. It's him. He went crazy and killed all of us. I was also killed by him. Before I died, I saw him absolutely kill the Hall Master. An arrow pierced through the raw. Ha 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 ha. Who would have thought that it's actually Li Haoran who sneak attacked? It's him. It's him. The ghost pointed at Li Haoran and said with hatred. Long Wanqing, however, her face changed. When Ding Rui was dying, she said so. And was killed by Li Haoran. Gu Hai began to suspect Li Haoran, but she didn't believe it. Long Wanqing, that Gu Hai, a wave of guilt flashed in her eyes. However, Gu Hai stared at the unseen person in front of him. Because if the result is certain, the unseen person, the Lunar New Year Master, shouldn't have this expression or, I didn't kill. No, cough, not me. Li Haoran stared in horror and shouted. It's you, Li Haoran. I saw it with my own eyes. Besides me, there's also Ding Rui. Ding Rui also saw it. Where is she? The ghost shouted. It's really Li Haoran, Long Wanqing said with wide eyes. It won't be. If it's Li Haoran, Grandpa Long Wanqing will definitely be able to find out. Li Haoran. Master Liu Nian however shook his head. Not me. I didn't. Li Haoran shrieked in weakness. I saw it with my own eyes. It can't be wrong. The ghost looked at Li Haoran with hatred. The unborn was however slowly walking towards Li Haoran. Gu Hai slowly stepped aside from the protective boundary, allowing the unborn to walk forward. Li Haoran, Li Shenji's nephew, right? Back then, it was Li Shenji who single-handedly founded the Divine Mechanism Battalion and later handed it over to you to take over. Li Shenji is also considered a party figure. How could he have a nephew as bastard as you? The insane man said indifferently. Ah, senior, you know my uncle, the weak Li Haoran, as if he had found a life-saving straw, excitedly said. I'm asking you, did you kill the last generation of the first-grade hallmaster, Long Xiaoyu? Did you kill Long Xiaoyu? The unborn opened his mouth. It was as if there was a magic power in his voice, and many people in the surroundings were in a state of confusion when they heard it. It was as if they were under a magic spell. Li Haoran's eyes also suddenly went hollow and said in a muddled manner, No, I didn't kill Long Xiaoyu. I wanted to pursue her, but she couldn't see me. I didn't kill her. Buzz. Everyone around was slightly stunned, then came to their senses and looked at the unsurpassed in horror. Just now, Gu Hai also felt a wave of magical power rushing to his brain, and if it wasn't for the black chess piece in the space between his eyebrows, vibrating a bit, he himself would have almost been muddled as well. Senior, it's him. I saw it with my own eyes. I vouch for it with my earth soul. I saw it with my own eyes at that time. The ghost anxiously shouted. What have you done to me? My uncle won't let you go. Li Haoran also shouted in horror. Your uncle, Li Shenji, haha. If you killed Long Xiaoyu, do you think that your uncle would dare to call out Long Xiaoyu's father? The insane man said indifferently. Li Haoran immediately turned ashen. Obviously, the name of Grandpa Long Wanqing was too big. Even the proud uncle in Li Haoran's heart could not possibly be compared to Grandpa Long Wanqing in general. I also think that Li Shenji didn't even dare to do this. You Li Haoran, how could you dare to kill Long Xiaoyu? Aren't you afraid of exterminating your clan? The unsuspecting person looked at Li Haoran suspiciously. Yes, if Li Haoran, he would have found out long ago, Grandmaster Liu Nian said doubtfully. But it's him I saw. The ghost pointed at Li Haoran and shouted, You're spitting blood. I didn't kill Long Xiaoyu. Li Haoran roared anxiously. No, there might be a possibility, the unborn said in a deep voice. Oh, Master Liu Nian's eyes narrowed as if he had also thought of it. Deleting memories. Li Haoran took that memory of himself and deleted it. He doesn't have that memory. Even he has forgotten what happened back then. No matter what others do, they won't be able to break through from him. Delete the memory. Long Wanqing was surprised. He did that absolutely. Deleting memories can hurt the three souls. Let me see if your three souls are broken. If there is any brokenness, then it is left by deleting memories. The unborn probed and grabbed at Li Haoran. Don't, Li Haoran shrieked. But just as the unliving man was about to grab Li Haoran's head, buzz! A golden light steeply emerged from Li Haoran's brow. Li Haoran's face changed drastically, revealing a look of extreme pain. "Ah, what?" The unborn was steeply surprised. Boom! Steeply, Li Haoran's head exploded. A gale blew straight in all directions. Whew! As the gale blew by, Li Haoran's head had exploded away. What person? Master Lunian's face changed, and he spilled out 9 Buddha beads with his probing hand. The 9 Buddha beads bloomed with dazzling green light, enveloping the surroundings. But the gale gradually diminished and slowly disappeared into thin air, as if it had never come. The uninitiated person probed his hand to grab it. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Steeply, grabbed a green transparent smoke fragments in general. This is, Master Liu Nian was surprised. Li Haoran's 3 souls, all of them have collapsed, the unborn said in a cold voice. Li Haoran committed suicide. Long Wanqing was surprised. It's not suicide. It's murder to kill. Master Liu Nian's face changed. Who exactly is it? To be able to exterminate Li Haoran's 3 souls right under our noses. No, it should have done something in Li Haoran's 3 souls. That person, separated by a far distance, just triggered some kind of mechanism, and Li Haoran's 3 souls blew up and shattered, the unborn said in a deep voice. A piece of ghostly woman cried out. "All right, thanks for this time. I'll send you back to the netherworld," the unliving man said indifferently. "Yes, thank you, senior," the ghost cried. The unliving man probed his hand and waved it. Buzz! The ghost slowly disappeared in front of everyone, looking at the surrounding cultivators for a moment of horror. My mother's revenge. Is it considered avenged? Long Wanqing, Li Haoran's corpse, and had mixed feelings for a moment. Old Hallmaster's revenge. Perhaps it's only just begun. On the side, Gu Hai laughed bitterly. What do you mean? Long Wanqing looked towards Gu Hai. After so many things, it seemed as if she had inexplicably immense trust in Gu Hai. Li Haoran should just be a tool, masters. What do you think? Gu Hai looked towards Master Liu Nian. Master Liu Nian's face changed for a while, and he nodded. Li Haoran should have been possessed at that time. Someone used the power of the divine soul to forcefully possess Li Haoran, and borrowed Li Haoran's body to kill Xiaoyu. Who could possess Li Haoran? Long Wanqing said with an ugly face. Naturally, it is this Black Hand, a strong person who is countless times more powerful than Li Haoran. That person's cultivation should already be Heaven Opening Palace. Flowing Ye's master's face was ugly and said, "A strong person from the Heaven Opening Palace." Long Wanqing's face changed. Now the clues are all broken again. That Black Hand is really dripping with water when it does its work. Possessing Li Haoran then, also placing bindings in his 3 souls. Oh, girl, the person you've messed with this time can't be bad. There was a hint of bitterness in the voice of the unliving man.